Hi guys, Ashley here. Today I'm bringing you my colleague Yvonne Wu, and we are gonna talk about building your own in-house blogger and how this is done. We all know that in China right now, bloggers are a huge industry, right? Creating bloggers, helping brands to promote products through bloggers, and also a lot of bloggers become production powerhouses with their own product lines. So it's all very big business. There are some cities, for example Chengdu, that are in fact building this KOL economy into the fabrics of the city, creating huge MCN schools and really promoting that stuff. Also, since about a year and a half ago, blogging is also an official job in China. So you can put in your tax declaration that you are a live streamer or a blogger, and this is an officially recognized job. So this is what's happening in China. And the difference between bloggers in the rest of the world very often is that in China, they can actually sell. There is a power to sell. Sell both products, sell through live streaming, sell on their own account as of their own product lines, and also sell on behalf of other brands. There's also a big tipping culture. So some of the bloggers are obviously not just trying to sell and promote products, but very often they are also entertainers. They are singing, they are dancing, they are writing jokes, and people are giving them essentially tips for their work. So in China, this industry is very, very big, very vibrant, and a lot of young people in China from higher tier cities and lower tier cities alike are willing to contribute to this economy. Besides that, the thing that sets Chinese bloggers apart is the fact that there is this very strong fan economy, where when you become a fan of a, let's say, boys band or a particular blogger, you are really invested emotionally in their success. And when they are promoting, let's say, products, you very often feel that you want to support them, to buy a few products like this so that they would get more endorsements and more opportunities for growth going forward. So it's all very, very interesting, but there is one problem. And what is this problem? Is it expensive or cheap to work with bloggers in China?
Bloggers in China is becoming more and more expensive.
It is extremely expensive, and I'm sure that you have all heard those stories, how one post on Weibo costs somebody $100,000, and this is not untrue. Indeed, promotion, doing live streaming, for instance, right, or publishing long format articles on WeChat, or even flashing your product on platforms such as Red is extremely expensive. So what does the blogger help you do? They're not just helping promote, but they're helping to borrow their influence, right, to endorse a product. Plus they help you create the product. So they essentially charge you not just for promotion or sales, right? They charge you for content creation. They charge you for that part of their reputation they are borrowing you when they endorse your product. And of course they charge you also for sales if this is the purpose of KOL promotion. Hence we end up with high fees, very often in tens or sometimes even $100,000 per endorsement. And then we also have the commission fees. For example, if you do live streaming, top live streamers such as Via or Li Jiaqi cost anywhere from $40,000 to $70,000, right? Depending on how short or long your endorsement is. Is it just a few seconds, or are you gonna talk for 5, 10, 15 minutes? And then they charge also commission on sales, and that commission can range from 25 to 40%. So it's becoming more expensive, the traffic is expensive, the blogger endorsement is expensive. They help you, of course, endorse it, and they help you create a product, but apart from all that, you also need to invest in their advertising. So for example, if a blogger, Ashley, right now promotes the product, this pen, then it's not just me creating the product, promotion, and then publishing it, but it's you who needs to pay for my advertising, for me to reach my users, right? Just like on Facebook, if 100 people follow me and I don't invest in advertising, whenever I publish a post, it will only be 1 to 5 people that see my post. So I need to promote to my own followers for them to see my post. So that's exactly what happens. Your brand responsibility is to pay the blogger. If there is sales that's happening, pay that commission, and at the same time sponsor their advertising, which is, of course, in many situations, it's just the sheer huge amount of money, and people feel that, is it really worth it, is it not? And there are different answers there in the industry, but one thing that we all agree on is that there is a way out, and that way out is building
An in-house blogger.
Building an in-house blogger, absolutely. So you don't have to compete and try to capture public traffic, right? Pay a platform for it, but have your own private traffic. And if you are endorsing and investing in advertising, you are actually doing that for your own internal benefit, not growing somebody else's fan base. So let's talk about, you know, these bloggers indeed. Why do we need to raise an in-house blogger?
Well, the main reason is that the public traffic is becoming more and more expensive in recent years. Well, at the very early stage of the internet environment, Baidu, Tencent, and Alibaba, they were becoming internet giants. And the reason of they can becoming a giant is that their business is not do not interfere with each other. For example, Baidu take the research business, and Alibaba take the e-commerce business, and Tencent take the social networking business. So when you buy things on the e-commerce, it won't affect you to build relationship with other friends. But however, in recent 2 years, when you buy things on Taobao, it will recommend you about some post of the store owner. And when you look at the articles on the WeChat official account, it will recommend some product information to you. So the channels, the traffic channels, the wall of the traffic channel is broke down. So that's the reason of why the public traffic become quite more expensive. So many brands, they found it is not worth it to hire an external broker to sell their products. So the best way for them is to raise an in-house broker.
Yeah, absolutely. And as said, you're just growing your own follower base. And in China, very often bloggers' lifespan is actually 2 to 3 years. And if you hire somebody on a contract for 2 to 3 years, who is great at creating that content, whose full-time job is to be your representative and endorser, right? That would mean that in 3 years, still the lifespan is likely to, you know, kind of weigh itself out, but the followers and this database that you have created stays with you. You don't need to change and, you know, help somebody else grow their database, right? So this is beautiful. The next question is, what's the best way to raise that in-house blogger? How can we do it? Right now, companies understand that, you know, it doesn't matter whether I use and have other bloggers that endorse my products and my situation. Doesn't matter whether I use them or I decide not to use them. But one way or another, I still need to have my own in-house creator. And how to do that?
Well, here comes a win-win model. The best way to do that is to train your own employees to be an in-house blogger. There are 2 reasons. First, it is very cost-effective. It can help you to save your budget for promoting, and then your employee can also find his or her self-worth during this work. Yeah. But I need to mention that the important things of raising an in-house blogger is that he or she is not only just for selling the products, but also for export the brand image. For example, Haidilao Highport, it comes with a live streaming plan of its kitchen environment. He used his in-house blogger to live stream the environment of the kitchen before eating. So it built a trustworthy and clean image to the public customers.
Absolutely, and this is one of the challenges that in-house bloggers have, because people say, you know what, if I hire some third party and third party endorses your product or service or your brand, then it sort of comes more authentic, even though it's all paid, right? But if somebody works for a company, how can they say some things that are not good? So this is the very kind of fine line that you need to find, and you need to provide certain autonomy to the blogger on how to represent the company and the products, and how to talk about them and how to compare them to the industry, etc. Obviously, it cannot all be hard promotion. You need to build the image of somebody trustworthy. You need to build a relationship. You need to allow this person to really innovate when it comes to content formats, presentation, etc. So people do business on all levels, be it B2B or B2C, with those they know, like, and trust. So your in-house KOL needs to be somebody that people know, so you will help people to know about them through your official channels. You will also boost their advertising. They need to like this person, so definitely having a likable personality that connects not with everyone, but with your target audience. And that personality can be developed and it can be enhanced. You have data. When you are becoming blogger and when you're using the social media channels to boost your content, you will also receive feedback. You will receive, back-end data to understand how do people react to certain things. Do you need to adjust your presentation to connect with them even better, right? But they need to like the blogger. And finally, trust. Know, like, and trust. So where does the trust come from? This person needs to have high standards for themselves and for the product that they are endorsing and the story that they're telling. So it needs to be authentic. At the same time, you need to show up every day or every time, or if you say it's just once a week, then it's once a week. But there needs to be this consistency that people know that you are showing up for them every day, and you are an XYZ person, you are no BS person, or you are, an expert in your field if it's cosmetics, or you are an engineer if it's car, etc. There needs to be some credibility level to it as well. So these are the guidelines that you need to keep in mind when you're building that in-house blogger. My next question is how to manage a private pool. And before we go into private pool, let's just talk about it. What is private pool?
Well, first of all, we need to understand the concept of pool, of traffic pool, because traffic pool is like a huge pool that you can put your information in the public area, and then people can see it. But the traffic pool is that but when you put in the public area, you need to pay for it. But in the private pool, you don't need to pay. You don't need to do a lot of promotion. Then you can
reach those people.
Reach those people, yes.
So let me explain in a bit more insight. For instance, if I have people following my Facebook page, right, or let's say WeChat official account, or let's say my Douyin, what kind of pool is it, public or private?
Douyin, public.
Yes, it is all public pool, of course. Why? Because every time I want to reach them, every time I want to promote my product, or every time I want to deliver my brand message or share my content, if I want to reach all of them, what do I need to do? I need to pay platform. Pay platform to access the eyeballs, right? To access the people that already follow me, and maybe reach out to people that don't know me yet. So this is public traffic, right? It's there, and anybody from the industry, me, my competitors, etc., they can compete over the same access to these people. And based on our competition, how competitive the industry is, the price for the eyeballs of the people is going to be more expensive. Okay, and the difference with private pool is that every time I have an interaction with a client, for example, I've got all offline stores, or I'm selling a product and I provide a QR code for customer service, etc., or there is an online campaign and then I drive people to join my special private pool. So what is private pool? It is a private group of people. Sometimes it is, very often it's managed through WeChat work. So there are different groups There are sometimes mini programs, but right now many other platforms, for example, Weitao, right? Taobao and Tmall's Weitao is also building those private pools. There's also Douyin that's building their groups, right? Also private pools. So that means you have this private group of people interested in product A, B, C, or topic A, B, C. And when I decide to contact them, I can do that in this private group without paying the platform, because these are the people that already are in my pool and I have this direct relationship with them. So that is why right now in China everybody's trying to build and multiply and manage these private pools better. It's a little bit like having a one-on-one relationship with that customer. Sometimes they are managed indeed one-on-one through DMs, direct messages. Very often they are also on top of DMs managed in groups of people by interest. For example, if I'm purchasing a sapphire ring, then other people that purchase sapphires will be in the same group, and when there is sapphire related jewelry going on the market, we are going to be notified, and then maybe they will follow up with me one-on-one. So all that is a part of managing your own and building your own private pool. And people do it and brands do it for clear reasons, to save cost. And it is even more important compared to the rest of the world, because in China, the price for promotion, be it advertising, bloggers, or anything else, is just extremely high. And every time you make a sale, you actually make a loss. You are actually coming out with negative ROI. So for you to actually make money in the market, you need to, first of all, make sure that your customer purchases second or third time, so your lifelong customer value still covers the cost of first contact. And secondly, you want to, as soon as possible, relocate this relationship into the private setting so you can develop it and essentially finally make a positive bottom line and money. So how to manage that private pool?
Well, to manage the private pool, there will be 3 stages. The first stage is to direct your customers to your private pool. The most common way is that when you buy a product from Taobao, you will receive a card with a WeChat QR code on the product. Then you scan the QR code, then you can add the customer servicer of the brand, and then he will directly add you in a WeChat group. In the WeChat group, that you will receive some exclusive benefits when you buy the product next time. So here is the most common way to direct the customer to the private pool. Yes. And then the next stage is to build up a brand personality, because some brand will feel that it is not worthy, because if he used private WeChat to develop the private pool, when the staff leave his job, and then the customer will go away too. So nowadays many brands will use the enterprise WeChat, or WeChat work to do the private pool. So no matter how many staff or when the staff is leave, the brand still has a brand image, the personality to serve the customers.
And does it happen, for instance, you collected all the customers in Chongqing, right? And you are, for example, Walmart to China, or not Walmart, Watson's China, because they are building their private pools quite well. So you've collected all these customers. So do sales representatives, if we work for Watson's, do we directly communicate with the customers in our branch, or is there some unified collective customer service center to manage our relationship with the brand?
I believe it's the former one. It will directly communicate with the customers. Yes, because directly communicate with the customers will help the customer feel that you're really concerned about her, and your product is really good. Yes.
So basically, if I come to Watson's and Yvonne is adding me onto this private pool, it will be Yvonne who next time reaches out and promotes the product to me in DM messages, so that I can always feel that this is an actual person that I met and we have this relationship. But at the same time, when I subscribe to this private pool and I, let's say, added Yvonne, yeah, as my contact on your wall, right, in your WeChat moments, you will also be publishing about some of the products. So that information, very often, I would say about 60% of it actually comes from the brand. So they do photo shooting, they write, etc. And all salespeople, or let's call them private pool managers, they actually reshare it. Plus, Yvonne, for let's say 10, 15, 30% of her publishing and posting and time, she will also be creating her own content, right? Saying that, oh, we have this new arrival, and then she snaps herself with this new arrival together. So then it becomes like, I know that she represents a brand. But slowly and gradually, I also feel that we have each other in each other's context, and we feel a little bit closer, a little bit like friends. And then we have this true relationship. But when Yvonne decides to leave Watson's, right, then my contact will be passed on to the other colleague and she will manage it as well. So the company is not losing this relationship.
Yes, definitely.
Very good. And the last question is, what is the relationship between private pools and in-house bloggers?
Oh, actually, I forgot to tell the last stage of the...
Oh yes, go ahead.
Yes, last stage of the managing the private pool. The last stage is to make the transaction. Make the deal. Yes. When already build up the brand personality, then the customers can receive some exclusive benefits or interest from the private group. Then the brand, the better to warm up the event when you promote the product in the private group, and in the private group, not in the public area. Then the customer, when they receive the exclusive interest, you can ask them PM them to ask them, will you buy this product, or how do you think about it?
So first there's a group announcement. After the group announcement, you send a direct message to the customer. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and for example, the Perfect Diaries, 完美日记, its brand image is the 小丸子, and the brand will use the 小丸子 to connect with the customers, to give them exclusive interest, and then you also give them coupon to get some gifts in the offline store. So they not only just manage the private group, but they also combine the online and offline channels. Yes.
Okay, perfect. And what is the connection between in-house bloggers and private pools?
Well, like you mentioned before, when the brand manage the private pool, they will also create contents on the WeChat moment and create articles on the WeChat official account. So this content is not cost extra money. So this is the benefit of raising an in-house blogger.
Yeah, so basically you have an in-house blogger, and this blogger promotes and creates content. So for those people that are listening to us right now, it might be a bit confusing. So do these salespeople in Watson's, are they in-house bloggers or are they not?
Definitely they are. Because but not all the salespeople are in-house blogger. But we can choose 1 to 2 people to be the in-house blogger. Then they will Yeah.
Okay, so exactly, you have employees, right? And some of them are really good at creating content, shooting great videos, putting the right spin and angle on what you're trying to communicate. So you speak with those creators within your team. They already know your brand, they know how to create content, they know your customers, and employ them at a different role, right? Content creators and those that are connecting, as we said, with customers and doing what needs to be done. And the other force, right, that is a sales force, they can operate on one-on-one customer service level once the private pool is being established, and they can use some of your bloggers' content to boost it on their also individual, let's say, WeChat moments, etc., etc. So they can be the same person, but very often once you identify who is great at content creation, you move this person out of that establishment and just make them focus on what they do best, which is content creation and representing your brand, connecting with your target audience. Thanks so much, Yvonne. It was really insightful. Hope you guys right now know a lot more about building your in-house blogger team and of course building your private pool as well. We're going to chat more about China marketing, e-commerce and consumer insights soon, so stay tuned for more experts to come.